Hi, it's Adam with WebStarts.com. In this short video, I'm going to be sharing with you 8 tips to create a better looking mobile version of your website using WebStarts. I've already signed up for a WebStarts account. I'm logged in and I'm viewing the dashboard. If it's your first time to WebStarts, be sure to go to WebStarts.com, click the sign up, it's free, and follow the sign up flow to get where I am now. When you're ready to edit the pages of your website, hover over the thumbnail and click the Edit Site button. This will open up the WebStarts page editor where you can make changes and updates to the pages of your website. You can select the pages from the drop-down menu above or click File, New Page in order to create a new page. In this demonstration, we're going to be taking a look at the mobile version of your website, and tip number 1 is to hide anything that is not absolutely necessary on your website mobile version. The reason why you do this is because of the limited amount of real estate. And so if you ever do find an element that you want to hide, go to the mobile editor, click the hide option with the element selected. Notice it appears in the hidden drop-down menu, and you can return it by clicking the visibility icon and then dragging it back to where you would like it to be displayed. Tip number 2 is to use text that's big enough to be read on a mobile device. Here you can see it says welcome to our site. That's nice and big. If it's not big enough, or if you want to just adjust in general the text size, you can do that by selecting the text box and then clicking on the font size slider. Tip number 3 is to include a call to action button on your website that's tall enough to tap. You can click resize by value. I recommend making your buttons at least 60 pixels tall because that's about the size of the pad of the average person's finger who will be tapping on a mobile device. Tip number 4 is, if you do have some of these elements that you are sharing in the sidebar, drag them into place rather than just clicking on the icon that displays them in the mobile editor. This will allow you to place them exactly where you want them to appear rather than just appearing in a random spot and then having to drag them to another location. Tip number 5 is to make sure that your call to action, in this case a button, is always near the top of the page, and be sure to test that on a mobile device by clicking View Site, grabbing the URL, and then taking a look at that on either your iPhone or your Android device. Tip number 6 is to use the reorder function by section. So here you can see I can highlight the header section, I can click on the reorder button, and then it can take the elements that are displayed in that section and reorder them logically so that they look very nice. So for example, if some of this text and this image are messed up, I can click reorder, and then it's going to reorder that element so that it looks nice and cleaned up. Tip number 7 is to use tall input fields on your contact forms. I'm going to go to the contact page for this one. I select the contact form, I click on the edit style icon, I go down to the field height slider, and then I increase that all the way. Then I go to my mobile editor and take a look at my form fields, and now you can see they're nice and tall. That way they're easy for people to tap using their finger and then complete those form fields. Tip number 8. Tip number 8 is, if you ever get stuck with too much going on your website here in the mobile editor and the limited screen space, just remember you can always return to your last saved state by clicking refresh in the browser. That's it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. 8 tips on how to create a better looking mobile version of your website using WebStarts. Don't forget to visit WebStarts.com to create your very own free website, online store, blog, and tap the subscribe button and ring the notification bell to see more helpful videos like this, and I'll see you next time.